Hello, folks.
got folksy real quick.
My 3-year-old greeted my wife and I with "How you doing, folks?" the
No
other day,
way.
and we have no idea where
Yeah.
that came from.
He definitely got that from you.
Yeah,
Ian.
I'm a regular Cracker Barrel motherfucker.
Yeah, just
right over
in
here.
one of those rocking chairs.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, just
That's
sprig
me.
of straw.
that's me through and through.
Exactly. Eating deep fried corn.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
Dave.
That's Ian.
I'm Ian. This is TeamClearCoat.
We are the Team Clear Coat podcast.
Yeah.
Hello, Internet. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
We talk about cars.
We do.
We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, but
Yep.
I am exhausted, Dave.
Dude, it's been a rough week, huh?
I have been on an emotional roller coaster
Yeah.
of automotive goodness and badness and the world and everything else. I want to get right into it.
Yeah, let's do it. Buddy.
So I'm going to go in reverse chronological order
Okay.
of my emotional roller coaster. Driving over here tonight,
Okay. Yeah.
the windows were down.
You're right. It's a nice,
It
cool
was like
night.
63 degrees out.
Yeah. Yeah.
My car is running well.
Mm.
I shouldn't say that out loud, but my car is running well.
Yeah.
My very favorite band just released an album, so I had the windows down.
Slayer.
Yep. No.
Gore.
I'm talking about LCD sound system. You
Oh,
don't have
okay.
to. You don't have to poo-poo it. Just
No.
let it happen. Let it happen.
Yeah.
And it was just that's what it is, right?
Right,
You're in your car.
Yeah.
Everything sounds great.
Yeah.
You got your favorite band new album on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Driving it at dusk.
Driving at night with the windows down is one of the best things in the world.
It's the greatest.
Right?
It's the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certain nights where that is just the freaking best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little cold. You put on like the footwell heat. Or
Yeah.
the seat heater.
That's the move right there.
Right?
The seat heater in my car
Yeah.
turned all the way up.
Yeah. To taint burn 7,000.
Yeah, to taint
Yeah.
melt temperatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the that's the move when it's cold out and you
Uh-huh.
want to still have the windows down.
Yeah.
You still want that summertime night experience.
But with a singed taint.
Exactly, because
Right.
a singed taint makes everything better.
Yep. Trip to the burn ward.
God.
Yep.
You know what's funny is that we do actually kind of write this show.
Mm-hmm. We do.
As hard as that must be to believe.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you know it, singed taint was not anywhere in either
Nope.
of our notes.
Nope. Didn't show up.
No.
Didn't show up in
It's
the list.
It's interesting how that happens. You know, like if you were to look at our outline for the show,
Yeah. Yeah. Our tuck of boots.
or talk about, you would think that like this was a kind of a professional operation.
Yeah.
And then to see
Yeah.
what actually happens, what happens in between those two.
We go to the bathroom at some point.
Is that what it is?
Usually, and that and room tone.
The room tone.
Yeah, it's probably the room tone.
It must be. It
Yeah.
must be.
Yeah.
That's when the devil comes in. The devil influences us during room tone. That's the only possible explanation for singed taints.
But let's talk about you driving over to my house to record this very show that we are on, right? Ian, this is our show.
Yeah.
We're on it.
We're on it. That was pretty much my whole story.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
just that,
yeah.
just that moment.
Dude, that's so great.
Yeah.
What-
When everything's working
Yeah.
and the temperature is just right.
Yeah.
And, you're not like, for me, I like the verge of sweater weather.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
right there. The mild sweater weather.
Yeah. I want a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
And,
Mhm. You're the cardigan. I'm the hoodie.
new album,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I needed that today
Okay. Yeah.
because here's what's happening. All right. So
Yeah. Let's get out the swear jar.
we have this year, we have a swear jar,
Yep.
which we use for, there's a few cars that we're not allowed to talk about.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then also the big one that has been the result, most of this money,
Yeah.
is when we talk about our president on the show. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go ahead. This is going to be a big one.
Just
so
a
I'm gonna
fiver?
put a
Okay.
in there.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you want to put my debit card in there?
At the end of the year, we're going to do something with this. We're not
Yeah.
sure about it.
Yep.
Okay. So today, President Trump rescinded.
Those two words still don't sound good.
It sounds weird.
Yeah.
He rescinded DACA and
Right. DACA.
yeah, deferred action for childhood arrivals.
Yep.
And
If you've heard people talking about dreamers, this is what it's about.
right. So these are kids that get brought here as minors, often as infants or toddlers, and grow up as Americans.
Right.
Often don't find out that they are undocumented until they go to do something normal, like get a driver's license or apply for a job or something like that, and then they figure out they're undocumented. But President Obama implemented this program, and there are legit concerns put forward by people who are much smarter than us about the method with which he went about it. But what is not in debate by really anyone is that the outcome of 800,000 people who are contributing to society, have passed criminal background checks, and are in most cases paying taxes, and want a path to citizenship, and they are Americans. They grew up here and everything else. To just blanket say we're not going to do anything for you, and we're going to rely on Congress to do something, which is
great.
Jesus.
Yeah,
might as well just say, well, I'm sure if I just start pulling fuses in my Volkswagen will figure it out
eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the same thing.
Volkswagen will figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Or my Volkswagen will heal its own electrical problem.
Yes. And your Volkswagen has as many fuses as we have Congress people. Yeah. I think it's a one-to-one parallel.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. There's at least 30.
Why is this one labeled Tom Coleman? Obscure Missouri congressman.
Exactly. Anyway, so the reason I bring it up is that one thing that we've talked about on the show a lot is trying to drag car culture out from just saying oh, keep your politics out of my
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about this today. Yeah, like that. Like I just want cars. I don't want politics.
Yeah.
Just stick to the cars. You two idiots.
Right.
Right.
But the thing is that politics and cars are inextricably linked. You
do yourself a disservice thinking that they can be segregated.
Right, because at some point, everything is going to touch government, and our hobby, more than any other hobby, I would argue, more than any other, even guns, is more subject to government control. And now I know this is an immigration issue, and not like an automotive or transportation thing, but a lot of these kids are probably car enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Most of the recipients, or a large portion of them anyway, were involved in the STEM fields. And, there's a slight change going on in the automotive industry right now, and we might need new STEM, science and technology and math, career field people to usher this new change in.
To keep innovation rolling.
Absolutely.
On our soil.
Absolutely.
Right.
And to just think that there's not going to be any impact to the automotive industry, or to our hobby or anything like that when something like this happens is, I think, short-sighted. It is. Yeah. And also I think it's just a moral imperative of these kids did nothing wrong.
Exactly. You're exactly right. Yeah, to say that what we enjoy does not make up part of the cross section of all of these, of this population, of this demographic.
Right.
No. Yeah. I mean, obviously.
And I brought up the drive over here right before this on purpose.
Right.
Because to demonstrate the fact that I can have in my head at the same time that this is a thing that I need to think about and care about as a car enthusiast.
Right.
As a citizen, but also as a car enthusiast. And also, it is nice to have an escape via car enthusiasm.
You're exactly right. And
my head did not implode.
We talked about that on our island episode, where we were talking about defending our island from a jet skiing Cheeto freak. So you're exactly right. And I was talking to a coworker today about this, about that that mental preservation that we have to do.
Right.
From like, yes, there are a lot of things we need to be concerned and we need to pay attention to, but also we need to take care of ourselves. And the reason that we are automotive enthusiasts is because we are united with something about a car resonates with us, right? Whether it's having that experience driving over, like somebody that's really into drag racing, somebody off-roading,
or fixing something,
which we don't really do.
No.
Right?
No.
Right.
I break things.
Right.
I'm really good at breaking
But
things.
that therapeutic outlet that every one of us car enthusiasts has, right?
Right.
You know, like having that be that island for us where we can have some restoration, some self-preservation, but also knowing that it's not in its own bubble, right? And that it can change.
Right.
Right.
And I'm absolutely not saying that you know, you need to like temper your enjoyment of those moments.
No, not at all.
Because that would be stupid and that would defeat the whole purpose of this thing that we're doing.
Exactly. This podcast is an island for you and I.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's entirely possible and I think healthy to, you know, during moments where you're not, you know, driving around a track or fixing things or whatever it is, or cruising or whatever it is that you do with your car that gives you that little mental relaxation thing, that little mental reset, you know, to reflect on this stuff and to think like, oh, you know what, we do have a role to play in all of this.
Right.
And this stuff does affect my hobby and I should care about it.
Right.
So that's it. That's my soapboxy moment. I put money in the swear jar. I'm sorry.
Ian, no, like to kind of play on like what we were talking about earlier about like Scorch taints, but like our outline, like in our talkabouts audience, we just had Ian's emotional roller coaster written down.
Yeah.
And
well,
that is exactly it, like that.
Well, I had two high points in my emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
So the first high point was driving over here. Then the low point obviously was anything involving the words president and Trump.
Yeah.
And then the third one, I have exciting garage news.
Really?
Are we ready?
Yeah.
I went camping this weekend.
Okay.
We drove the Saab.
No.
And all was well.
Nuh-uh.
All was well.
What?
No cooling issues. All of the coils are working.
What?
It was comfortable. It was fast. It was luxurious when it needed to be.
It was doing the thing that you needed it to do since you bought it.
Yeah. It was doing all you could just pull up my Instagram.
Yeah, I will.
It was doing all of the things that I originally bought it for a while ago, and it has not done for, I'm going to say, a year.
Yeah.
Through foibles of fixing rear ends and cooling issues and ignition coils.
Yep.
But yeah, we went camping, and it was just rock solid, and I'm sort of, you know.
You're digging it again?
I kind of was digging it again.
Because you were thinking about getting rid of the Turbo X, buddy.
I've been thinking about it, and now I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I remember why this was.
Yeah.
Why I bought this in the first place.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah, because it's super cool, and it's, you know, it's not the fastest.
No.
It doesn't handle all that great, but you know, it does pretty good.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know.
There it is on the bottom there for the internet to see.
Yeah, there's my
your fleet.
My little fleet.
Yeah.
With my dumb wheels that I had.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when you had a wee bit of stance.
I had my
on
wee
your
bit
dub.
of stance on my dub.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, like that's I'm really thankful that you got to use the Saab for its intended purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hauling the family at speed and comfort.
That's what it's made for.
That is the only thing it is good at.
Yeah.
In all weather.
Right.
Like the most Saab Turbo X moment that I've had with that car was going to my parents' house for Christmas a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And literally just annihilating South Dakota.
Right.
In December.
Right.
You know?
Right.
With a sleeping infant.
Yeah.
And a sleeping wife.
Right.
And just 120 and just rock solid.
Right.
You know?
Oh, I love those moments. I love those moments on a road trip where you're just like saying "fuck you" to every mile marker that goes by. Like, hump, like you're Pac-Man and the pellets. Like, another. Then you hit exit 53 in Kansas, Oasis on the Plains in Colby, and you're like, wah wah wah, power pellet. Yeah, right. Which they have a lot of taffy there. So I eat that, and I get back in, womp womp womp. Yeah,
that's exactly right. And that is what
the state patrol or the blue or the non-blue ghosts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, but you're right. That is what that car is for.
Yeah,
right.
That's exactly what that car is
just
for.
Just destroying highway miles, fully loaded with
in all weather
with a child and family.
Yeah,
yeah.
And like when I bought that, when I brought it back from Virginia, there was like a huge, those. Middle of the country crazy rainstorms.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was one of those just outside of St. Louis.
Oh man, yeah.
And it just choo through that shit. Just fucking
choo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Like Moses through that bitch. Just parting the seas and go.
Nice. Yeah. That Moses is a good name for that car.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not really big on naming cars other than Dusty Rusty.
Yeah.
That name presented itself to me.
That's
right.
True.
Like
That's
it just was there.
Right.
Right. That was like my cookie song that showed up one morning.
Moses is an interesting name for that one.
Yeah.
Because he leads. Leads, and he escaped from IKEA. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm feeling the sob love again, and
nice,
I'm sure.
Nice. What's that feel like? A little tingling in your meatballs?
Yeah. And I'm sure, like in any abusive relationship, it's only gonna last until she hits me again.
Baby.
Yeah.
I've got these seat heaters. Come on back.
Yeah.
Come on back.
Yeah.
I won't pop an ignition coil or head gasket ever again.
Yeah.
That was the GM in me coming out.
Exactly. Oh, I know, right?
Yeah. Right? Your Saab Turbo X is Ike and Tina Turner rolled into one.
And Ike is pre-recession GM.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, I'm feeling it. But there was a couple of my eyes that I wanted to talk about from my camping trip.
Okay.
So the first one was that we were staying at a campground, and of course it was Labor Day weekend, and it was crowded.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous. We were staying up by oh shit, I have now blanked on the name. When you go 91 from like Copper south to, and you can get to, it's like it's the highest incorporated city in the U.S. Leadville. Yeah. Right outside of Leadville. So we were camping at like 10,000 feet.
Yeah. That's where Leadville is.
Right.
Any place you go from Leadville is uphill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like 10.5. So it got cold at night and everything.
Yeah.
But in this campground, I saw a Range Rover Classic.
Okay.
Rolling through, and I only saw it once. Okay. And I like to think.
Well, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure.
Like, what are we thinking? Like older?
It was actually like that color right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like to think that person was not actually camping at that campground.
Okay.
But instead, they had actually tracked down their mechanic
and finally got the car to them.
Them motherfuckers had Site 30. We're going to him.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like that.
I think that was somebody ruining their mechanic's vacation.
Probably.
Is
okay.
What that was.
Nice.
That's the only explanation I can think of.
Yeah.
The only one.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Only possible one.
It was like when I saw that, when my girlfriend and I took that trip to outside of Fairplay, and we saw that person's house. They had like, what was it, like an old Mercedes SL and like 2 Range Rovers or 2 Discoveries maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And it was
what
like,
it was,
yeah, like the hubris of that in the mountains. Like, are you insane?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You might have driven that here, but buddy, you ain't leaving.
I think that's how some of those towns are founded.
I think you're exactly right.
Just a bunch of people who broke down in the same place.
They were all coke dealers in the 80s. And
I guess we're just staying here now.
Yeah, I guess we'll park the Ferrari 308 over here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of people who just overheated at the top of the pass, and that's where they coasted to.
Oh, yes. Yes, and that's how Aspen was made.
Exactly.
So
I did see one other thing on the drive home.
Okay.
So again, I'm in the Turbo X, a pretty rare car.
Right.
I passed on 91 a Saab a Saab 94X.
Oh no, wait. So Ike asked me about one of those. He saw one just a little while ago.
Oh, really?
Those are so rare.
They're so rare.
Yeah, they're based on the Chevy Cruze.
No, it's the Cadillac SRX, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It shares up. It's the same car as the SRX.
Okay.
As
Okay.
that generation SRX.
Yeah.
Super
rare, awful, horrid little car.
I don't know. I don't know anything about
Right,
it really.
yeah.
I mean, I haven't really.
I've
I've never driven one.
heard awful reports, but other than that,
Okay, so this brings me to my first Oh wait, no. Oh, so my joke was that was basically like a dodo bird and a triceratops just like high fiving.
Yeah.
High fiving
Yeah.
as the volcano erupts.
Right,
like-
right. With the Sasquatch in the blurry video taking the picture.
Right, exactly.
Right,
That's
yeah.
basically the only time you're gonna, because both of them were working and in the mountains,
Weird.
and we passed each
yeah.
other.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
we
amazing.
like ripped a hole in time.
Yeah, right?
yeah.
You should have just bought a Powerball ticket.
I really should have.
Yeah.
I should have done it as soon as the car started running well.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so this brings me to my first FMK cars.
Okay, should I keep the 9.4 up?
For now.
Okay.
For now.
For now.
Because it is inspired by my sighting of the 94X.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, some unicornness.
So yeah. FMK Cars is a game that we play based on the classic game of Fuck, Marry, Kill, except we play with cars instead of people because we're nice. Fuck means you drive it for a day, you hate it and quit it. M means you marry it, you put a ring on it, it's your new daily driver. And
Yeah.
K means it goes to the crusher.
I don't know if you guys could tell, but Ian's eyes rolled back in his head, and that like his jaw uncorked like a python, and that sound just came out.
Yeah.
It was like, what's that? Tuvian throat singing.
Yes, exactly.
yeah. Except the FMK Cars description comes out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is inspired by my sighting of the 94X.
Sure.
So apparently,
Ostensibly.
814 Saab 94Xs worldwide.
Oh, okay.
Total between 2011 and 2012.
That's it.
There was only like 60 in 2012.
Dear God.
So, inspired by that, here are the 3 worst-selling mass production cars in the U.S. for 2011.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And this is from according to Good Car, Bad Car.
Yeah. They have great stats.
Yes.
Good car, bad car.
Yep.
Great stats. Guys, I just gave you a free tagline. Come on. Marketing genius.
They're not listening.
Yeah.
So the first one, Hyundai Azera, Azera.
Oh yeah, I remember
those.
this car.
Yeah, 2011. Make sure you go 20. Apparently, it's still in production.
Yeah, this has one of the worst spoilers ever tacked to the back of a car.
I mean, that was a pretty horrendous. That was kind of the end of like dire Hyundai,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah, that's the Chinese version.
that was
there.
before they kind of started to turn it around a bit.
Yeah.
It was not a good car.
Yeah, I think it like this guy here. Yeah.
Yeah. there you
Okay.
go. Yeah.
All right.
Ugh,
Okay.
yikes.
How
Well,
many
that's the older version, but
yeah,
you get the idea.
How many did they sell?
They sold in 2011. They sold 1,500.
Oh, wow.
in
Okay.
The entire U.S.
Okay.
The second, Suzuki Equator.
The Equator? What the hell's that?
You are going to, I am predicting,
Oh, it's a little truck.
is going to be what you're going to want to do.
Wow. Okay. How many did they sell of that?
They sold 2,127 of those.
Okay. All right.
In 2010, they only sold 1,400.
Jeez.
Yep. Not a lot. The third, I regret to inform you,
Uh-huh.
Subaru Tribeca.
Oh.
That has never been a very well-selling car.
How many of those did they sell?
2,700.
Wow.
2011. They only sold 2,400 in 2010.
So here's the old body style. Here's the old grill, right?
Yeah.
And then here's the new grill. They were like, "Oh, we fixed the problem that's preventing this from selling." No, you didn't.
I mean, they made it better. They made it better. Because that was the entirety of that facelift, right?
Right.
It was just that.
Yeah.
Just those horrendous headlights.
Yeah. They made it better. That's like, yeah. I mean,
that is turd polishing.
right.
Turd polishing 101.
Yeah, just Windex spray. Right. Directly onto steaming feces.
Fixed it.
Yep.
Everybody
Guys,
go to lunch.
We're gonna sell tons of these now.
Yeah.
Yep. What's next? Baja revival? Baja facelift? I like the Baja.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay,
What performance cars can we kill from our lineup?
Exactly.
Now that we're done with this.
Right? I'm obviously marrying the Equator because it's an adorable little truck.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And I grew up driving small Nissan pickup trucks, so that's what I want. I am going to F the Hyundai Azera, right? For a day, and I'm going to park it in a parking lot, right? And I'm going to throw the key fob away and just have the key. I'm going to go into Costco, eat a bunch of cheese pizza and churros, get a whole bunch of khakis, pleated, and come out and try to find the car. It is that car is like the generic. It should just be a UPC symbol. Right. That's
Right.
like it should just say car.
Yeah.
Car. Hey, dummy. It's a car. What are you driving? Car. What band do you like? Music. What do you want to eat? Food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it. And then I have
What do you want to watch? Movie.
yes. Then I have to kill the Tribeca. Yeah, because it should die in a fire. What would you do?
I think I would marry the Equator, which is it's the Nissan Frontier.
Oh, okay.
That's
such a weird cross badging.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's Suzuki does that a lot.
Yeah.
And then I will. Man.
Guy down the street from me had an Axiom. Remember those? Suzuki or no? Oh, that's an Isuzu. Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to crush the Hyundai, and then I'm going to drive the Tribeca for a day.
What are you going to?
I'm going to
Yeah,
start.
let's see.
I'm
Let's
start
hear this.
I'm going to start a business, and it will only last one day.
I'm
just going to drive around. I'm going to put a whole bunch of. I'm going to just respond to a whole bunch of like, 1 day job sorts of things on Craigslist.
Sure.
And just do terrible jobs fixing things.
Okay.
Do just half-assed.
Like they did with the front of the Tribeca.
In the spirit of the car, right?
Ian, that's beautiful. That's poetic.
See what I did there? Wrapped it all
poetic.
up.
Look at you.
Tied it up.
Ian, yeah.
I don't know what that was. You don't do
Yeah,
this when you
yeah.
wrap
Were you
presents
just tying a bow onto your mouth? Yeah. Oh,
I got nothing.
Ian, it's 9:40. This is what happens. Okay. All right. Well, I like that. I like that.
Tying presents in my mouth, I guess.
Ian, what else is on our talk about list? I mentioned earlier that I was on Ike's show, didn't I? Did we talk about that?
You did.
Yeah, because Ike saw a Saab 94X. So I was a guest on the Untitled Car Show podcast with our good friend Ike.
Yes.
And also sometimes Ryan is co-host as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just Ike and I. And so everybody should go give that a listen. I mean, if you can put up with me for a show.
It was just
Ike and I.
Ike and me.
Ike and me.
Yes.
Yep. It was Ike and Ike. It was Ike and Dave. And so we didn't correct each other's grammar once during the episode.
Because neither of us were assholes.
And also, certain concessions should be made for individuals that were raised in Missouri because we're doing the best we can, okay? Do you realize that I am essentially a fucking amoeba that somehow learned how to wear shoes and have a job, Ian?
The best part about having a friend, or indeed a co-host who is from Missouri, is that a slight correction to grammar is just a guaranteed like half hour of entertainment.
You probably have to pick which correction to my grammar you're going to make.
You got to pick your spots. Spots.
Yeah. You like a little duck a move.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can, buddy. I'm sorry. I wore pants. Look, podcast people. I got pants on.
Yeah.
Pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to still be looking at the Tribeca?
No, thank you for calling the audible on that. Here's the kind of day I had. Okay, I made myself a cup of coffee before work in my travel mug to take to work and enjoy there. Right. I boiled water. I poured it in my cup to season the cup. You know how you do that?
Yep.
You get the cup hot.
Yep.
So that your coffee stays warmer longer. Right. Boiled the water. Yeah. Put it in the cup. Closed it up. Right. I think I went and, brushed my teeth or something, put some Dappity-Doo in my hair, right? Came back, got my stuff ready for work and left. Made the cup of coffee.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Right. Yeah, made the cup of coffee, sealed it up, right? A nice big 14-ounce pull, right? Sealed it up, put it by the door, right? Did something else, grabbed my laptop bag, and fucking left the coffee inside the house. So I was driving to work like that hot cup of coffee is right inside my door.
Why did you turn around and go get it?
Because I had meetings and shit to get to.
Yeah.
I should have called you like, hey, go drink this coffee at my house.
I would have picked it up and brought it to you.
What?
I would have picked it up and brought it to you.
This is a service that's available to me?
Absolutely.
What?
That's what happens when you work from home.
Oh, don't tell your bosses that.
I take calls in the car all the time. My coworkers take calls all over the place
while they're dropping a deuce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst
how many
thing
times
I
have you been on a conference call and heard a toilet flush?
A couple of times.
Yeah.
This happened. But so in my previous life, when I was doing more like operation stuff and everything,
yeah,
the conference calls would get to be like my record was 17 hours.
Yeah.
Of troubleshooting and figuring shit out, and like when you have an outage, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And people get punchy.
Yeah.
After I'm gonna say hour 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
people get crazy.
My record's only like 13 or 14, and I was in person. That was the data center fire.
Oh.
But like at one point, I was jumping up and down in the data center to like stay awake,
right?
Because I was calorie crashing.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, people get punchy.
That doesn't happen to me. I got a bunch of stuff stored up just for such occasions.
Just for those outages.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right.
That's what they're for. Anyway, what else were we talking about?
We were talking about when I was on Ike's show.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So if you can put up with me on this show, go listen to that.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
But I want to thank you, Ike, for having me on the show. It was a great time. And I have an FMK Cars.
Oh.
This one is titled Car Podcasters Talking About Podcasters' Cars.
Oh, God.
Can you believe I just said that? I got that out?
You got it out first try.
Let me not look at it and try to think.
That should be applauded.
Car Podcasters Talking About Podcasters' Cars.
Bro, fucking no.
Nailed it!
Yeah.
Nailed it. Ian.
Yes.
We have friends that are car podcasters.
We do.
We have friends in the automotive podcasting community.
Yes.
They also have cars.
Yes.
Ian?
I don't know how they would feel about us referring to them as friends, but yeah, let's go with it. Let's roll with it.
In addition to them being our friends, they have cars.
Mm-hmm.
This is FMK Cars with their cars.
Oh.
First up, our buddy Ike with the Untitled Car Show.
Okay.
Fiesta ST.
Yes. As he calls it. The fist.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go. Here's a little red one for you. Let's show the internet.
Yep.
There we go. All right.
Great.
Fiesta ST. Up next, our buddy Adam with the 10/10ths podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he has?
He's got the Omni. Right?
Yep. I almost put Adam. Yeah.
The GLH. Right?
Yep. GLH. So you have Adam's Dodge Omni.
I was second guessing myself as I was saying GLH. I don't know why.
Yeah. Look at that.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
That's it.
Look at all those dinner plates those guys managed to get on the top of that car.
The dinner plates.
For the podcast listener, Dave's referring to trophies. Also, for the podcast listener, this is Dave talking about himself in the third person.
Yeah. Also, for the podcast listener, let's just all do YouTube now. Let's just all go to YouTube. It's so much easier.
We want to make 5 cents in ad revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, lastly, our buddy Jake with the Rags to Races podcast.
Miata?
Nope.
I don't know what his daily is. I can't remember.
It's not a daily. Who said anything about daily? It's a go-kart. In this one, I'll give you a 2-person go-kart even.
Yay!
Okay? The catch with this is that is truly your daily driver.
Oh.
right? But you get free admission to any go-kart track you can get to.
Oh.
What would you do? Fiesta ST,
Mhm.
Dodge Omni GLH, go-kart. 2-seater. There's you and Nico, or you and me. We would be the slowest go-kart in the world.
Especially if you had a steering wheel as well.
Yeah.
That would not-
I see this has 2 steering wheels.
That
Jesus.
would not go well.
No.
Um.
We'll have to try that mode in that game, Trackmania,
Yeah.
because there is a mode where it averages your control inputs if you have more than one controller. So it's like a party mode, right?
Really?
Yeah, where it combines the controller inputs from multiple controllers to drive on the track. Yeah.
Wow.
I watched a video of people playing it. It looked hilarious.
That
Yeah.
looks-
They were like, break, gas it.
Yeah.
One person just resorts to yelling.
We should try that.
Yeah, and not yell at each other, not tell each other what the, yeah. Yeah.
Let's not get
Let's
crazy.
see how long we can go without doing that.
I'm gonna say 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking
so
of tens, how about Adam's Omni from the 10 Tenths podcast? Speaking of you not being able to come up with some kind of thing, that would be the Untitled Car Show and Ike's Fiesta ST. And also,
that was your untitled segue.
I think you should give.
Boom!
I think you should go ahead and give me an answer about this go-kart.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to. I'm sorry, Adam.
You're killing Adam's Omni?
Well, it's between the Fiesta and the Omni, and I'm gonna kill.
Oh man.
I don't know. You know what? No, we're killing the Fiesta.
Okay.
You're right. We're
Oh,
gonna kill the
yeah,
Fiesta.
yeah.
We're gonna marry the Omni.
Okay.
For a day,
Yeah.
I'm definitely driving the go-kart.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
Right.
Sorry, Ike, but
Yeah.
I'm picking an Omni over your Fist.
Yeah. It is more it's just more interesting. It's a more interesting car. The Fist is obviously probably a lot more capable, but I
Yeah.
think the Omni is more interesting and cooler.
Yeah, no, props to Adam for running one.
Yep.
Yeah. Instagram.com. Ian, distract the listeners. I'm going to look up Adam's Instagram. Ian.
Yeah. I'm
to-
bad about distracting the listeners.
Forget it.
so
Sorry, Adam.
let's just,
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go listen to the 1010s podcast.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the better
And follow
thing
them
to
on
do.
Instagram.
Yeah.
What else?
What else did we have? I think
We want to talk about some of our Rocky Mountain driving experience stuff, Ian.
yes, we do.
Namely, a certain car. Let's go on an emotional go-karting roller coaster,
Yeah.
right? Like, let's say we
there's
dropped.
no go-karts.
Let's say we dropped a go-kart onto a roller coaster track,
Uh-huh.
and this is what we're gonna do,
Well, that would just be a cart on a roller coaster
right?
can't
Because
steer.
at some point we're gonna fall off the rails.
Like this metaphor.
Uh-huh. Ian, I want to talk to you about a motherfucking Nissan Rogue.
Oh God. Oh.
We're going to the dark pits.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So during the Rocky Mountain driving experience, we got to drive a lot of different cars of varying qualities and excitement and all of these things.
Yep.
And on the way back, we got to drive some of my favorite driving, like Golden Gate Canyon Road is like one of my favorite roads in the state.
Yeah.
And like I said, some of these cars were fun to drive, or some of them were really comfortable, or some of them were really just pretty or whatever.
Yeah.
This is none of those things. It's none of them.
Okay.
It is. I drove the Nissan Rogue Sport.
Right. And
which
during
is-
this time, I was in the Lexus, right? I was in the Lexus GSF.
You were.
Yeah.
I drew this one.
Uh-huh.
It's like, this is the one I have to drive.
Yeah, you were obligated as a journalist to drive to portage this car
I asked someone
for the greater good.
I asked someone to trade me
Uh-huh.
who wasn't even driving. They were a passenger in another car, and they laughed at me.
You just wanted to ride in something else?
Yes.
Oh.
I would have ridden on the roof. And you know what? My preconceived notions were correct.
Okay.
It is. It's hard for me to say this because I don't really believe that it's true for for cars.
Okay.
Zero redeeming qualities.
Really?
I really think this is the worst new car that I've driven. It's the worst modern car that I've ever driven.
Whoa.
It's that bad. Because it's just the Sport is also the slow one.
Oh,
because reasons. So it's
what's the fast one? Sport Plus Plus?
I don't know. It's just unconscionably slow, especially in the mountains. I mean, we were driving it in the mountains.
Right.
To be fair, I was
at
driving
altitude, normally aspirated.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to be fair, it was colored by that, and we had just kind of like gotten out of a bunch of sports cars.
Right.
But not all of them. Like I drove the CX-5.
Right.
And this, you know what? The CX-5 drove. It was still really slow, and they don't have a turbo version of that. But it drove so much better than this one.
Right.
And the interior was nicer and everything else.
Yeah.
This thing, I was full throttle like 95% of the time, and just yelling, and swearing at it.
Do we have any in-car footage of this?
No, I was too angry. I was like, none of this is going to be usable. I'm just too pissed off for like my lot in life that I was going to do a video. So here's what happened.
Pause for my lot in life. Thank you. Thank you. Also, any listener to this podcast, if you would ever be interested in seeing like just a straight hour-long Ian driving in a Rogue screaming, let us know. We'll make that video.
Everything about it is stupid.
Yeah.
It's awful. And I was ready to do a video. I was actually like getting ready to like mount my camera up and do the whole thing because I had pulled off to go pee.
Right.
And so I was starting to mount up the camera, getting it ready, and then I realized that the spec sheet was in the door pocket on the passenger side. So I grabbed it. It's $31,000.
Holy shit!
And it like has no options. It was, and then I was just like, "But fuck this thing, fuck it."
At that point, did you walk into the woods?
And I just wanted to push it. I just pushed it the rest of the way down the mountains. Like, I tried to make it catch fire, and it sucked at that too. It sucked at catching fire. It's just a terrible car.
You try to leave, but the key fob has like that electronic collar that you give dogs, like like the invisible fence technology. The key fob shocks you and makes you come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I at the end of the drive, I was like, well, I have to think of something that's good about this car. There has to be something that's good, and there just isn't. Like it's not even cheap.
There's not a single thing.
Not a single thing at $31,000 for the base model. Like
that's awful.
I've got nothing. And it's true that I don't like this segment. The segment is all terrible.
Right.
But you could do better. Like at least with the RAV4 you can get a V6. You can with the CX-5 it's at least like
the interior has a nice pizzazz and it handles well.
And I think it looks nicer.
Oh yeah. The CX-5 looks really good.
Again, some car.
Right. Yeah. Vanilla Ultima.
And I'm saying there's a Hyundai in this segment and a And there's
every car
Honda
is in this segment. Ferrari's going to be in this segment before long.
There's a whole bunch of other ones that I don't give a shit about. But this one's awful.
Oh, buddy.
So bad.
The lowest of lows. This is is it the Marianas Trench? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Marianas Trench?
Yeah.
I'm from Missouri. Marianas Trench of car.
That's just outside of St. Louis, I think, right?
It is,
Marianas Trench.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, is that where your mom happens to be?
Boom! That doesn't even make sense. Why would she be in a trench?
I don't know.
That's not even dirty.
She is the trench.
What?
Exactly. Ian, it's late.
We've reached sleepy time, folks.
Ian, but okay, let's get that cart ramping off a roller coaster.
Also, the brakes are fucking awful. The steering wheel just might as well not even be fucking attached. It just does whatever. It's like a video game. It's like if I was steering a video game controller that was basically just printing out instructions via fax for Dave to steer a car. That's what it feels like.
It's like when you see a little kid at an arcade game and they need to put a quarter in it, but they're just doing the controls. Yeah, thinking that they're playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what the steering wheel is like.
Yeah.
Seats are awful. Stereo's not good.
Yeah.
Infotainment system's dumb.
Ian.
No redeeming qualities.
Ian. Let's pick this back up.
It didn't roll down. I got it. I got it.
I'm trying.
I ran out. Oh, no. It does have one redeeming quality.
What's that?
It has a manual parking brake.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It has a
foot brake.
It has a foot
that
brake.
all Nissans will have for the rest of time. My Infiniti has one.
For reasons.
Because that's luxurious, is a foot brake.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I like it.
And I was able to do a parking brake turn with it.
Right.
That's it. Done.
Ian, really?
That's the Nissan Rogue.
Ian,
wrap it up. Yeah.
Let's dip ourselves. Let's remove ourselves from this shit queso that we've made.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's shake off the tortilla chips that are you and
I. We're on to another metaphor now.
Yep. Exactly. And let's bring it up.
Okay.
Let's get to an island. Let's think about a car we loved.
Let me take a sip of whiskey.
Yeah. There you go. That's what Daddy needs.
I hated it.
Ian, let's talk about a Hyundai.
Let's talk about Hyundai.
Yep. Hyundai Elantra.
The GT
2017.
Yep.
Right? GT manual transmission hatchback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Ian, let's talk about it because you and I both drove it.
Yep.
And here's the deal. I fucking loved it.
I really liked it.
I could not get enough of it.
I really liked it.
So we drove it when we were in Estes Park. Mm-hmm. So here's the nitty-gritty on it. Little 5-door hatchback, right? Hyundai Elantra. 6-speed manual transmission, 1.6-liter turbocharged engine.
Yeah.
We were driving this at 5, 6, and 7,000 feet.
Yeah.
Right? Because I drove it on, I think you were in the truck when I was driving this. I drove the Lexus partway and then this. Right?
Just for those keeping score at home.
Yeah.
I got a shit crossover and then a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Dave got the Lexus GSF.
Yeah.
And then a hot hatchback.
Right. I got a car, a sedan, an old man sedan, the ultimate old man sedan that had almost 500 horsepower. And then I got a manual hot hatch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So who's better at drawing things?
Well, yeah.
Right.
I think that, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. If we ever have to do that again, I think we all have our rules.
But the really nice thing about this is that we also drove it
while we were there.
Well, we basically drove it on the track.
Right.
Because we drove the Kia version of this configuration on the track.
Okay.
And so it was nice to kind of have I think it was really the only car that we got to drive both in anger on the track and on the road.
Right.
Because you got to drive the Hellcat on the track a little bit, but that was a parade lap.
Right.
Well,
yeah, it was a parade lap where I let traffic go and then I conveniently caught up.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised with it. I will say that because it was like what was it at? It was like $21,000, I think.
24, I think.
As it sat.
Yeah.
I do think that their infotainment system is really good. It's certainly better.
Yeah, it is. I paired my phone right up to it, and
I think it's certainly better than the Fords.
Yeah.
Than Sync is, and definitely better than GM's.
Right.
But in that sort of price range, you're kind of competing against like the Focus or the Fiesta.
Right.
And maybe like a stripped out GTI sort of thing.
Right. Yeah.
It's at least worth your time to go look at.
Oh, so one of our fellow journalists, a gentleman by the name of James, he was getting into the Hyundai when we were packing up to leave Estes Park.
Yeah.
And I was next to him because I was getting in the Lexus GSF.
Yeah.
Right? I drove a Lexus GSF.
Yes,
I drove a Lexus GSF. Anyway, but he was getting in the Hyundai, and he didn't look happy about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, that's awesome. You got the Hyundai on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm not really excited. I know it stinks, right? And I was like, no, dude. Like,
Yeah.
hit this with an open mind. You're gonna love this car.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to set your expectations too high, but dude, it's fantastic. You're gonna have a blast, especially on these roads. At altitude, that thing was great.
Yeah.
The little thing just kept choo-chooing.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so we got to the point where we traded cars, and I was like, huh? And he was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And then I deleted his iPhone from the Bluetooth menu.
Because that's what we do. That's our like.
That's
good,
our InfoSec.
That is our yes. That's our.
Uh-huh.
That's a little inside joke between us. That's what we do.
Yeah.
To make the world a better place is we delete other people's paired
contacts.
phones.
Yeah, they're saved contacts that from rental cars.
From rental cars
and press cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we do. But yeah, so I will say it's probably not as focused as the Focus or as a performance car,
right?
Or like the Civic Si, which we didn't get a chance to drive.
No, we didn't. We need to, but living with on a daily basis, that would be so much better.
It should at least it's in the conversation. And to be honest, like,
dude,
if you're shopping for a hot hatch and a new hot hatch in that price range, you don't have that many options anyway.
No, you don't. The interior build is shockingly good.
Yeah, I think it's worth a look.
Yeah,
it really is.
Oh, yeah. A set of track tires and some brakes on that thing would be hilarious.
Yeah. It would need it. I think it is a few modifications away from being like a serious performance contender, like to be at the level of like the Focus or as far as fun is concerned.
Not as far as fun is concerned. I think the brakes out of the box.
I think the brakes would limit the amount of fun that you could have, because remember when we were on the track, like they got pretty spongy pretty quick, and you could already feel like on some of the mountain roads, like pedals started to get a little soft.
Right.
And the brakes aren't. I'm picky about brake pedals too, so like the brake pedal was not where I wanted it to be.
I think it's enjoyable out of the box.
No, it's a great car and it's fun. Yeah. Its handling characteristics are
wants
blast.
To pivot when you're really pushing it.
Yeah. No,
so
it's great.
On top of that,
and it's practical and cheap.
Yeah, I snagged that.
Everything the Rogue is not.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
I snagged that for the second leg of the drive back. So like I drove that not just through some of those great roads, but in that complete downpour. And it was great. Even on press fleet tires. It was great.
And it was like it didn't have performance tires on it.
No.
It was like all seasons, right?
Yeah. No, it was fine.
Yeah. I think even the Kia that we drove at the track had all seasons on it.
Yeah. Through standing water, it was fine. It didn't care. It was a good little car, man.
Yeah. No, it's definitely worth your consideration.
Yeah. Yeah, that's certainly that uptick.
Yeah.
Ian?
Dave?
I have another FMK Cars for you.
Oh, do you?
I do. I need to send myself something in the chat. Do you have another FMK Cars for me?
I do.
Okay. Let me
Do you want me to give you yours?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So, one thing that we've talked about a little bit recently, and we talked about at RMDE actually.
Yeah, don't read that Google Hangouts message I
won't.
sent you.
Is muscle memory. Like we were talking about you learning how to heel toe and just the muscle memory that you develop in cars.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that when I was we had a conversation about a couple of us were talking about our first times driving on with right-hand drive.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And the importance
looking
of muscle
back
memory.
for the mirror. Yeah.
So
when reversing. Yeah.
I want you for this one. You're going to give me a car.
Oh, okay.
And this is going to be the same car in all three of them, and the catch is going to be different.
Okay. I'm going to give you a car.
Mm-hmm. And it needs to really kind of be a modern car.
A modern car?
With like modern amenities.
A modern car, Ian.
A modern car.
Modern car? This is how I'm responding to this question now.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I go to 11 on this?
Because it's 10 o'clock at night.
Nissan Rogue Sport.
Okay, I mean, you're the one who's going to have to drive it.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Yeah, why
you really showed me.
Yeah, I did. Let's see. A modern car. Let's pick let's pick the Hyundai Elantra GT.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is muscle memory in cars. So in each of these scenarios, you are going to have a different muscle memory.
Okay.
But everything else is going to be like the first time you ever did it.
Oh, okay.
Like you just got into the car and you have no idea how to function.
Sure.
So in the first one, you can adjust the volume.
I don't think we need pictures on this. Okay.
Yeah. You can adjust the volume. Just boom, right there. Volume.
Okay.
Volume control.
Okay.
And we'll assume you can drive the car.
Sure.
Fine.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you know
basic faculties.
Right.
Yeah.
But like everything else you have to do is like the first time you've ever done it in that car.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're constantly adjusting the
right.
mirrors.
Like where's the gas open?
Yeah.
Right.
How do I
what side's it on?
Where's the air conditioner?
Gotcha. Okay.
How do I adjust the seat?
Okay. But I got
where's the headlight switch? How do I turn on the wipers?
Right. Delay versus not. Yeah.
All that stuff
Right.
is like you've never seen this shit before in your life.
Right.
Okay?
It's all the stuff you learn in a rental car when you get to it. But you happen to know exactly where volume is.
Yes.
Okay.
Just boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Fine. We'll say all stereo controls.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Or you can adjust any climate control function.
Oh, yeah.
So if this has heated and cooled seats,
yeah.
boom, right there. Boom. Done.
Right. But
you want
stereo controls now, I can't find them.
Yeah.
I have to look.
Where are they?
Okay.
Hunting.
All right.
Where are they? And for that, a lot of times you have to go through menus and shit for
right.
these modern cars. Last one. You don't know where any of the blind spots are. So this is everything else you can do those other two things.
Right.
But you don't know where the corners are in the car.
Okay.
You don't develop that sense.
Right. Yeah. How far you're pulling into a parking space, how wide the car is.
Yeah. And you've got to do the double
okay.
crane your neck thing.
Okay.
Because you don't trust the mirrors at all.
Yeah.
Which muscle memory do you take for granted the most in your car? Basically the question.
The blind spot for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blind spot for sure. Yeah. I'm killing that one. For a day I'll not know where the stereo controls are, and I definitely have to marry having the help me out.
Climate control.
Yeah. I have to know where that is at all times.
Really?
Yeah. No. I mix that up.
Yeah.
I want the volume controls. I want to know the volume controls, Mary.
Yes.
Because like when you're having a conversation in the car, when you get a phone call, like all that stuff.
Yep.
Right? When volume goes wrong in a car for that 1 second versus climate control going wrong for 1 second, that's much more annoying, right?
And I think that we were talking about this because which car were we in that just had the stupid volume knob? Was it the Mercedes where it was like by the passenger?
Yeah,
on the flat part of the console.
I think
was
so.
the only knob for the.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Why?
Either that or the F-Pace or something. I can't remember.
It was one. Oh, it might have been.
It was the F-Pace because they did a lot of dumb things with that car.
They did a lot of dumb shit. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah, right.
Okay, so that was mine.
What would you do? Same thing.
Same exact thing.
Yeah.
I think the volume. That's one thing that I thought about the other day because I went for a fifth to third downshift and then simultaneously adjusted the stereo volume.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I couldn't do that in a car I just got into.
Right.
That's
right.
Just,
right.
Because I did it without thinking about it.
Right.
It
was just there.
Yeah.
It was just there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm loading up some tabs. All right.
Okay. Tabby cat.
Ian, this one is called Right Car, Wrong Color. Ian, the color yellow has had a very difficult history when it comes to cars.
Challenging.
Right?
Yes.
Seems like there's been some good yellows and some bad. More bad than good. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. In this FMK cars, these are some cars that I really like, but they came in a bad color of yellow.
Can I guess one of them?
Oh, sure.
There's the Suzuki that Saul Goodman drives in the...
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
All right. First up, Volvo 850 wagon. That weird pale yellow. I talked about that. Apparently, no 850R wagons came in that color, or maybe that was a color in the last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a horrendous color.
It is. And then second, Ian. Oh, you know what? Here, we're not showing the internet. Sorry. Let me catch that. Here, let me bring you back to the 850R.
Oh, good.
There you go. But goddamn, isn't that such a great wagon?
It's such a cool car. That color.
That color is bad, right?
Oof.
Yeah. Okay. Second, Subaru WRX. I'll give you the hatch. That yellow that it came in was also like a weird orangey pale yellow.
I don't mind that yellow on that car.
Okay.
On that car, I don't mind it.
Yeah. Well, that's you. And obviously you're wrong. Lastly,
oh, I definitely don't mind this one.
the Audi B5 S4
I really like this yellow, actually.
Avant. Right car, wrong color.
Oh, no, I like that color on that car.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it looks good. I actually think that color looks better on the sedan a little bit, but and I drove a yellow one of those, the sedan.
Yeah. How did you stop people getting in it like you were a taxi?
I don't mind it. I will say that the wagon does not lend itself to that color.
Yeah.
But
or the color does not lend itself to being good.
I don't mind it. I know some people are like super anti-yellow on cars. Are you an anti-yellow car?
I'm not anti-yellow, but who does the artsy stuff on the podcast?
Well, yeah, but that's okay.
I don't know.
I have good tastes
Mm-hmm.
in things.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Well, I think I'm gonna crush the 850 because that
Really?
yellow is terrible. No, oh wait, no, because the Subaru too. I'm marrying the Audi
You're marrying the Audi, okay?
because it's a good car, and that will certainly work all the time.
Yeah, because that's what those B5 S4s were known for.
This is a B6, isn't it?
That's 5.
B5. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, and
That's the one where you had to pull the engine to swap the turbos.
The turbo.
Yeah.
For some reason, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's late. It's 10:14.
That's a cool car. I like it. And then I will crush the Subaru,
Okay.
and for a day I will drive whatever that is. That is the color of what was in the Volvo design bathroom after they got a bad batch of meatballs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am almost the complete opposite. I would marry the Volvo, F the taxi Audi, and then kill the Subaru.
Well, we both killed the Subaru.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
I think we did it.
Did we?
Yep. Go to TeamClearCoat.com for all the things and the places and the people and the things and the...
Real quick, I just want to mention something.
Oh.
The automotive enthusiast community
yes.
lost somebody that I knew. I didn't know him very well, but his name was Jeremy. It was unexpected, and I hope his family and friends find some kind of peace. I really, my heart goes out to them. He was a really, really good guy, and he made a positive impact on me in my life. And he passed away too soon. So, yeah. If anybody out there ever needs help, talk to somebody. And, but life is short. Make sure that you enjoy it.
Yeah.
And, so.
Enjoy the highs of the emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
And,
Right? The most important thing about being an automotive enthusiast is the community.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
And so realize that, we are ultimately a community, and that's what we're part of. So, I don't want to end it on a down note, but I'm going to miss the guy. So, so there we go. Team Clearcoat podcast. Ian.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. TeamClearCoat.com.
Rate and review us on iTunes.
Do that.
Yep, please.
Tell some people about us. Go watch our Chrysler Pacifica video.
Please do that. Yeah.
We like it. We think it's good.
I texted it to my parents, Ian.
Yeah.
Haven't heard back from them.
I expect you won't.
Not a word. Not a word.
Yeah.
Ian.
They're smart people.
So, right?
They probably won't.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
good night. We love you.